In last lecture, we have seen how NP scattering occurs and what is the theory behind that. So in this lecture, we are going to study what is a PP scattering. This PP scattering is different than that of a NP scattering by saying that. So let me write it here: NP scattering, and this is a PP scattering. Yes, we can clearly see that here the projectile was a neutron and a target particle was a proton, whereas in a PP scattering the projectile particle as well as the target particle both are the protons. Here in this case, so the forces between the neutron and proton are purely nuclear. So the forces between the neutron and the proton are purely nuclear. Whereas in the case of a PP scattering, as both the particles are identical, and we know that the protons are positively charged particles, so along with a nuclear force, Coulombian repulsive forces are also responsible, or they will also contribute in the scattering. Here we can say that due to the only presence of the nuclear forces, this kind of a force is a very short range, whereas due to the presence of a Coulombian force, this is a long range force or a long range scattering. In this NP scattering, only S waves will contribute, or S is equal to 0 and S is equal to 1. That is, only S wave will contribute for the scattering for low energy. Whereas in this PP scattering, due to the Coulombian repulsive force, some partial waves will also contribute for the scattering of the PP scattering. In a PP scattering, as there are only two identical particles, there is a possibility of small angle scattering, and so what happens in a small angle scattering? If the proton is coming in this way, so this is a projectile, this is a target proton. If the scattering is like this, and if this is a theta, and the scattering of this proton is along this direction, and if this is the theta, so this kind of a scattering is called as a small angle scattering. And if this is a projectile proton, and if this is a target proton, and if by interaction between these two, if this proton is coming back along this direction and this proton is going in this direction, then such a type of a scattering is called as a large angle scattering. And here the scattering angle will be, so this pi minus theta, and this is a pi minus theta. So such type of a scattering is called as a large angle scattering. In case of a low energy PP scattering, both types of scattering, means there is a possibility of a small angle scattering as well as a large angle scattering, and the resultant wave function at the detector So the same experimental arrangement will be there. So projectile particles are being bombarded on a hydrogen gas, which is considered as a source of the proton, and here in a detector we are detecting the total wave function of the scattered protons. So in this case the total wave function can be addition of both the waves moving along the positive direction as well as along the negative x direction. So the total wave function can be written as psi of r plus minus psi of minus r. So this is the wave moving along the positive direction, and this will be the wave moving along the negative direction, and the total, the symmetric and antisymmetric, both the wave functions will be present. I'll write it here. Symmetric and antisymmetric wave functions will contribute for the final wave function. So if I consider the waves which are moving along the positive x-axis, I can write the wave function psi which is moving along the positive x direction, wave moving along positive x-axis with a small angle scattering. So that wave function psi of r can be given by e raised to I k x plus f of theta e raised to I k r upon r, and the wave function psi moving along the negative x-axis with a scattering angle pi minus theta, that could be given as e raised to minus I k x plus f of pi minus theta e raised to I k r upon r, and the total wave function to be detected as a detector will be the addition of both these wave functions. Now let us see what is the scattering cross section for both the waves. The scattering cross section d sigma upon d ohm is given by the equation f of theta plus minus f of pi minus theta mod square, and if we expand this expression we are going to get f of theta mod square plus f of pi minus theta mod square plus 2 into r f of theta f of pi minus theta. So this first term, we know that the scattering cross section is a number of scattered particles and the scattering pattern it gives. So the scattering cross section d sigma upon d omega, so this is due to the contribution of f of theta square, which is a contribution by a small angle scattering, f of pi minus theta square. So this will be the scattering due to the large angle scattering, and the third term gives us the scattering due to the interference of this small angle and large angle scattering waves. So I will write this term as a interference term. So we can see that in case of a NP scattering at a low energies, only S waves were contributing for the scattering, but whereas for a PP scattering, so this is different partial waves, they are also going to contribute due to the Coulombian force of repulsion.